What is up, guys? Welcome to Diggity, a video game podcast, episode number 147. Can you believe it? Almost at 150 episodes. Incredible. I am Jeff James. As always, with me, the incredible, unobtainable, luscious Brody Faults. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing swell. On this fine Tuesday evening as we're recording. Wednesday live. You're listening to the audio version of the podcast. It's whatever. I'm just waiting for spring. I'm over winter already. The fact that we didn't have a winter, plays a part of that. But yeah,
it's been this constant, it's kind of fall, but it's also kind of winter, and now it's kind of spring, but it's also kind of winter still, and it's just crappy. Let's just get on to one season instead of trying to do this whole 2-season thing. I don't really care for it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm cool with just getting into spring. I feel like
climate. You get climate whiplash is essentially what it boils down to. It's like, it's like today's 30 degrees, but tomorrow is going to be 40 degrees and it's going to rain and then it's going to snow and then it's going to freeze. I hate all of this.
Never mind climate change. Climate whiplash is the real killer.
That's right.
Cows and shit freaking out. Different animals freaking out.
The livestock doesn't like it.
No. An Indiana farm update. Guys, if you want to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, you can do so by going to Instagram and Twitter and looking for @Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our podcast, the audio version if you're listening for the first time. Thank you to those who are giving us a try. Also tell your friends and family, if you've been a long-time listener, that we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever awesome podcasts are listened to, we are there. Also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Diggity Podcast. That was the quickest intro ever. And with that, what did you play?
A little bit of Modern Warfare, I think last Saturday. A little bit of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and I started and beat the entire DLC for Fire Emblem 3 Houses in like 2 nights. It was like 7 hours of Fire Emblem, and all it made me want to do was play more Fire Emblem. Now I just have that much more reason to do another playthrough on the game.
So I'm gonna try to actively try to push myself to play a video game like 20 minutes, 25 minutes before I go to bed, which is awful for me. Like on my Switch, like sit in bed and play like Ni no Kuni or something like that, which is probably a terrible idea for me because it'll be like an hour. But I ripped a fair bit of Overwatch, and then I got into some Ni no Kuni. So we actually. And I totally forgot the intro. We were just recently on a podcast.
That we were.
Yes, we were. Do you want to tell the fine people, because I've been talking for a decent amount of time? But
we went on Nintendo Pow Block, which is under the Boss Rush Games umbrella. They were kind enough to invite us on there, and we're actually going to have Corey, one of the main guys from that podcast, on our show on Thursday, which is exciting. It'll be our first guest other than that interview we did with Will Traxler from the developer on Exception. So this will be interesting. It'd be cool trying to figure out exactly how that looks on our show, because it is a little bit different. I think we're probably going to continue business as usual and just kind of let them chime in and give that third opinion that we probably so desperately need to keep us balanced. But it's cool and it's fun. We found a really awesome community on Twitter of podcasts just trying to stay afloat in this world of just millions of podcasts that are created every day. So
big world out there, man.
Yeah. You would not believe the amount of gaming podcasts there are. There's a lot of them.
Here's the dealio, though. We climbing the Spotify ladder, baby.
That we are.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Woo! If you search up video game podcast on Spotify, I'm looking at it right meow. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're in the 7th row. I don't give a shit. I'm happy with it. We're moving up.
I thought we were higher than the 7th the other day. We must have dropped back down a little bit.
Move up and down, up and down.
It fluctuates so
but
much.
I'm stoked. We're sitting close to the Kind of Funny Games Daily guys. The ACG Gaming Podcast. What else we got on here? Okay, Beast Podcast. That's cool. That's awesome.
Hey.
Video Game Chat Podcast. Pretty close to those fellas. and Cheap Ass Gamer. So we're on our way. We're on our way up the ranks, broskies. So thank you so much for those. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take before we go into news. I'm gonna take some time to say thanks. I tweeted out a while, I think maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe. But I tweeted out that January was like it was one of our best months ever, and we grew by an exceptional amount. And February seems to be on track for doing that as well. And it's pretty crazy. Just who listens out there now in the audio podcast. I mean, the YouTube stuff, boy, that's a grind.
Oh,
but whatever, we're grinding it out. We doing it. We did it with the audio podcast. But yeah, geez, thanks so much for all the listens and for spreading the word of us and just I don't know, just listening to the podcast means a lot. I mean, it's a lot of work, we basically grinded for a year with a lot of, I mean, the work put in versus what was listened was definitely, the scale was different, but now it's
for the first few months, it was pretty much like making a podcast just for ourselves. It was rough.
Yeah.
And granted, at that point in time, that is all of the people that deserve to listen to that podcast, because it was rough in the first couple months. But
yeah, the first couple
I think we found our groove now, maybe.
Yeah. No, for sure. We're on our groove, dude. Riding the groove. But yeah, thanks so much to everybody who's listening and growing with us. And we're gonna be coming with some cool stuff and growing as well with you guys. And there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and stuff. I mean, I'm sure a lot of stuff we'll be able to hammer down, batten the hatches down after I'm done moving and all that kind of crap. So it'll make it a little bit easier for some stuff and figuring stuff out going forward. So, but yeah, thanks for that. So moving on off of cheesy, corny stuff. What upcoming games coming out, dude?
February 19th, 3000th Duel is coming to Switch. On February 20th, Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition is coming to Switch. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2 is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Puyo Puyo 2 is coming to Switch. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is coming to Switch. Under Night in Birth X Late CLR is coming to PS4 and Switch.
Winner of the most ridiculous title.
God. That's a competition and we really don't need to have, but here we are. February 21st, you can get Seal Fledge on PC and Switch. February 24th, you can get Mathland on Switch. And February 25th, you can get Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC on Xbox One, Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, Neverwinter Infernal Descent on PS4 and Xbox One, Samurai Showdown on Switch, and 2 Point Hospital on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Let's go get them, 2 Point Hospital.
Woo!
Love it. Love 2 Point Hospital. Hey, are you excited about any of this stuff or intrigued or?
No.
Oh.
No, it's cool to see 2 Point Hospital come over to
have you checked
basically
it out?
Everything. I've seen it on PC. I've never played it. I've kind of watched a few videos on it. It's pretty cool. Samurai Showdown making its way to Switch is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm in this weird, like, I'm in backlog mode right now. That is where I'm at. I'm trying to make it through. Yeah. So I'm trying to make it through some of my backlog before we get absolutely destroyed by games as the year goes on. So this is kind of the time I'm not paying too much attention to what's coming out and what's new, and just slowly chiseling away at the millions of JRPGs I still have to play.
So Mathland was an Android app.
Okay, I've heard of Mathland.
It's like
I don't need that in my life personally.
I don't need that on my Switch. I don't need that. Keep math out of my Switch. Come on. Keep math out of my video games, dudes.
That's right.
On the news, Cooking Mama Cookstar will be coming to the Switch in March. It has been 3 years since the last Cooking Mama game, and this is the first from the franchise to make its way onto the Nintendo Switch. An exact date of launch has not been revealed. Just a vague March 2020 release date. So we've got that. Also, some big Cooking Mama fanboys out there, so, and girls.
Cooking Mama is one of the very few games that I've heard my wife talk about ever. Yeah, and so Yeah, there's a lot of people that enjoy it, and it was kind of one of those niche things where it caught a lot of people that don't generally play video games and kind of brought them into that realm, even if it was, just for Cooking Mama or
Right.
Nintendogs or what have you. But I think it definitely has its place, and it's important. They released 12 games in 11 years, or there's 11 games in 12 years. I don't know. I might be switching those around, but yeah, clearly a very popular franchise. I probably will not be playing it. My wife, Amber, she very well might be. I don't know. But it is odd to me that they don't have a specific release date, considering March is like 10 days away, 12 days away, I guess. So yeah, right around the corner, and it's just gonna drop one day. It'll be fine.
Yeah, the developer on this is First Playable Productions, and the publishers is Planet Digital Partners. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I remember that Baby Mama was so weird too.
The movie Baby Mama or the game?
No, the game.
I've never played any of those, so
maybe it wasn't called Baby Mama game for obvious reasons, but that's what I
know.
called
Baby
it.
Mama was a movie, but that's about it.
It was called Babysitting Mama. Shit, that's why. See, and that's why I don't.
Baby
name
Mama
games.
is a drastically
That's why
different
I don't name games. We're coming out with a new kids game, and it's called Baby Mama. Who's it?
Somehow, I don't think that would sell very well.
Probably not. Probably not.
Play it for the memes. So Baldur's Gate 3 basically announced that they're going to have an announcement.
Awesome.
So in a short minute and 30-second video, the dev team at Larian Studios showed off some of the behind-the-scenes shots and also officially announced that the gameplay for Baldur's Gate 3 will be shown off at PAX East on Thursday, the 27th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Sweet.
Cool.
Cool,
I've
yeah.
never been a big Baldur's Gate guy, which doesn't make any sense because I love RPGs and this should be right up my alley, but it's just kind of something that was out of my realm at the time. Maybe I'll check this one out and dive into this and completely lose my soul to it. Who knows?
Maybe.
There's that potential.
All right. Well, moving on. Other news. You had yellow. You had turquoise. Or as I like to say it, turquoisey. And gray for your Switch lights. Now, coral pink is hitting the Switch Lite, baby. It's dripping. It's dripping in coral pink.
Oh God.
Pepto-Bismol, baby, is what it looks like. Yeah, cool. Great. Another color. That's neat. I mean, are they going to be able to ship it? A la coronavirus?
That is actually a very good point. It seems a little odd to announce this when they're already having trouble keeping the Animal Crossing Switch in stock and also just producing the regular Switch. It seems odd to add something else into the mix, but hey, I mean, it is cool looking, and I think it is kind of like a it'll find its market, but I don't know. Did you say the date on that? April 3rd?
Oh yeah, sorry, April 3rd is when it comes out.
Yeah, April 3rd. The coral pinkish Switch.
Yeah. Also unannounced 3 other colors: beige, grandma's wallpaper, and human mole.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, an Animal Crossing Direct will take place on February 20th at 6 a.m. Pacific time or 9 a.m. Eastern time. The official tweet from Nintendo is tune in on February 20th at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time for a roughly 25-minute live streamed Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct featuring an in-depth look at Nook's Incorporated Deserted Island Getaway Package.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Nook
up to it again.
I really just kind of wanted a regular Nintendo Direct here. I feel like we already know an awful lot about this game going into it. I don't think we need another 25-minute Direct when it's right around the corner anyway.
Lock them up, man.
That's kind of been Nintendo's thing this generation. Like, hey, Smash Bros is coming out. We're going to spend like 3 Directs in a row talking only about Smash Bros and wear people out. But hey, I'm excited for the people that are excited for this, but at the same time, I just want a regular Nintendo Direct. I just want some news that's not an immediate game. I want to know what's going on for the rest of the year over in Nintendo World, but we'll see. We'll get there.
There's some new games and some free games coming to the Epic Game Store. By the way, just so you know. Do you want to know about them or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, great, awesome. So you're gonna get Assassin's Creed Syndicate and is it Terraria?
No, that is not Terraria. That is,
Terraria?
it's a separate game.
Okay,
I didn't have a stroke while I was typing that out.
And Terraria. So go pick those up. They're free on the Epic Game Store. If you don't like to give your information away to another company, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's pretty much how you just get free shit nowadays. So you're kind of out of luck.
Yeah, worth it.
10 years from now, Brody's film gets invaded. It was worth it.
Yeah. So what? Just out of straight
out of Compton.
No, it's not straight out of Compton. Just transparency here. There is a bunch of really small news today, and that is why it seems so just sporadic and out of. It's just out of left field. It's rough. But anyway, surprise! Warface is on the Switch now. The game nobody cared about and nobody wanted on Switch. Sorry, but it's how it is. So, in case you were wanting to play Warface on your Switch, it is now there. Which Warface is a free-to-play first-person shooter, which is built on the CryEngine, and it just kind of out of nowhere dropped today, or like not today. Sorry, this week.
Kind of like malware.
Yeah, kind of. And now I get to pull on my collar a little bit, like. But anyway, the game originally launched on PC in 2013 and now has made an appearance on Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and now the Nintendo Switch. The Switch version will differ slightly by offering HD rumble and motion controls. And according to Eurogamer, the Switch version runs at 30 FPS, 720p in TV mode, and 540p in handheld. The team also added that they're currently working on crossplay between the different platforms. They did not mention cross progression, unfortunately, which is usually more of what people want rather than the crossplay. But I've tried this game. I tried it on Xbox and played it for about an hour, and I uninstalled it. It's just, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. You're giving me the look like I probably shouldn't say more. So.
Hey, I got some other news. There's a movement happening, and it's not my bowels. It's Game Pass.
No.
So I've got a bunch of games that are leaving soon. Not to go along with that bowel movement. So no exact dates, but because why give dates for these things, right? To further get people to possibly sign up for a service, get into it to complete a game, and then hopefully stick around for other months. But that's clearly beside my point of view or for anything, and take it with what you will.
Strategy. You clearly don't know what you're talking about.
P3, hit me up. So stuff that's leaving soon. Batman Return to Arkham, Just Cause 4, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Snake Pass, Fallout 3, and Oblivion. So those are leaving soon. I can't tell you the dates because Microsoft won't know the dates. Fuck, I don't even think Microsoft knows at this point. The way that this is kind of just leaves. That's my one gripe, dude. That's my one gripe about Game Pass. P3, it's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. I know that the next Xbox is going to have a better UI and it's not going to look like a fucking checkerboard and it's going to be fantastic looking.
We hope.
Or every single fucking page isn't going to look like a calendar. Like, good God. But I'm excited. I'm excited he's Game Pass, but man, I had the idea. I think it was on the Power Blog podcast where I said, if on Game Pass there's a little square that, had a red banner underneath of it or whatever on like the lower third of the game or something, or the lower eighth of the game or whatever. And it said leaving in or last chance to play and it counted down from a week to go, I'd be happy with that. Everything else is just like some sick, twisted fucking riddle of when I'm going to figure out when Batman Returned to Arkham's going to go. And guess what? Sometimes these games leave on like a fucking Saturday and you're like, oh, great. Totally didn't want to play that this weekend.
And now it's gone.
Anyways,
halfway through it, but
games coming soon to Game Pass for PC. And I don't have dates for these either. Indivisible, Reigns, Game of Thrones, 2 Point Hospital. So, everybody, if you'd like to go support the dev, go ahead and support them and buy it. Because, it's coming out, as we had said earlier, but it's also coming to Game Pass. So you could probably go play it on Game Pass also if you just wait. Again, I can't tell you those dates because P3 holds the keys to the kingdom. Wasteland Remastered, also coming soon to Game Pass for PC. And Yakuza 0 coming to Game Pass for PC. Coming soon to Game Pass for console. Again, no dates because why would I give you those? February 20th. Oh, wait, I do have dates. February 25th.
the one time we have dates.
Oh, my bad. Bust up, P3. February 25th, Ninja Gaiden 2. February 25th, you got Kingdom Hearts 3. 2 Point Hospital. So if you don't have a PC, your PC's a piece of shit, you got a console, meaning an Xbox, you can get 2 Point Hospital for yourself. And Wasteland Remastered. That's February 25th. February 26th, Yakuza 0. Okay, and February 27th, Jackbox Party Pack number 3.
The best one.
Trays, Trois, ever language you speak. Those were only 3. That's all I know. It's yours for a limited time, and I will not tell you when it leaves because I can't. But you should totally check out Jackbox Party Pack.
At least you're not salty about it or anything.
I mean, it's just so dumb. I mean, it's like it's like
surely
why?
They know when it's going to be leaving. I don't know why.
They are. I just said that.
Yeah. And
here's
and
the thing,
within,
though.
Especially at least once you get within like a month, at least let us know. But I feel like sometimes it's just it's weird. It doesn't make any sense. Like you don't have to let us know from the get-go because then you're kind of telling everybody what your contracts are and stuff, which is, I mean, if they want to, sure, but I highly doubt that's ever going to happen. I think it's going to be one of those things that'll hit a timer at like, eventually it'll hit a timer at like, you got 30 days left, and then it'll send like maybe a notification, which
I'd be down
would be the best way to go about it. Yeah, a week left would be great too.
I mean, I just don't get it. You could literally push a notification through the Xbox app on your mobile phone if it would work, and you could push it to people, and then it could say, "Hey, only a week left to play Oblivion." And what would that do for me? That would go, shit, I got to get on Game Pass and play Oblivion. Now I'm on my Xbox. Now there's a better chance of me maybe buying a game. Now there's a better chance of me playing more games on Game Pass and starting something after Oblivion. And now I'm going to pay another month of Game Pass. I don't understand it.
Ideally, I mean, I obviously a week would be fine, but it would be nice to have more than that because there are weeks when you don't get to play things. And it's if you're halfway through a game and all of a sudden it's going to be leaving Game Pass, now you're kind of in a weird spot where you either have to purchase it, which, I mean, isn't necessarily the worst place to be in. But at the same time, I mean, if you're already paying for Game Pass and it's already on Game Pass and you're playing it and you want to finish it before it leaves, it'd be nice to have a little bit of a heads up and more than just a vague, like, it's leaving sometime.
I'm going to compliment EA for a second.
Mm-hmm.
EA subscription UI is a lot nicer.
It's slow, though.
Yeah, it's slow. Sure.
It is really slow.
But, I mean,
but so is Game Pass. So
they had to build it inside of a Xbox application, which aren't really the smoothest. but you know, if they could make something like that, I think that'd be great. Like I want to see like a big bold, screen that shows like what's new, what's leaving, play soon before they leave. Which I really hope they do that in the new one. I'm sure P3 will come through and do that for sure.
Yeah.
But any of these that you're looking forward to?
I'm going to try 2 Point Hospital. I'll probably play it on PC, I would think.
Yeah.
And I want to play Yakuza. I'm actually kind of excited for Yakuza. I've never played any of them before, but I always hear fantastic things about it.
Make sure you get a white blazer when you play it.
Oh, yeah, I planned on it. Just a white blazer. That's all I'm going to wear.
Oh, God.
I'm going to live stream. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Only on Mixer, right?
Only on Mixer, of course.
Yeah.
So Rainbow Six Siege has been confirmed for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Not too terribly long ago, we kind of talked about Ubisoft and where they were at with Siege and what the future holds for the game going into this next generation. So now it has been confirmed that the game will, in fact, launch on the new consoles at some point, and they are actually aiming for launch day of these consoles, which is fantastic. I mean, granted, these games or these consoles will be backwards compatible, so I mean, technically, it's kind of already going to be there, but it seems like this is going to be a better version of the game in some way, shape, or form, predominantly graphically, obviously, hopefully. And they also are working on crossplay and cross-platform progression, which should be coming soon. They're planning on that launching prior to obviously the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. It's kind of something they hinted at being, in the next couple months or so, maybe halfway through the year, something like that. So good stuff. That game, it is amazing to me, the staying power of that game.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Then. Okay. Tell me how you really feel, Jeff.
No, I think it's cool. I think they should make a new one.
I mean, yeah, but that's this weird point where we're at with these games as services, like your Overwatch. Yeah. Do you really need to make a new Overwatch? I mean, granted, they kind of are, I think. I don't know still.
No one knows what they're doing. There's a fucking map of Toronto. I lived there. Am I happy to see it? Yeah, fucking confused. Incredibly confused.
The thing for me, it's just these games as services set themselves up to where it is this thing of it can continue on for years and years and years, but at the same time, now you're not making sequels, which is fine. Not every game has to have a sequel or anything like that, but
yeah.
I mean, Rainbow Six Siege has been out for a while now, and it is definitely getting to that point where it would make sense to have a sequel to it, but at the same time, it's still bringing in stupid money, so they're not going to, and I don't blame them. And it doesn't look bad. It's not like the game looks horribly dated or anything like that. It still plays excellent, but it's it is this weird thing that is kind of odd to see because it's just not what we're used to in so many different ways.
Warface will be on there day one.
Oh God.
Hey, PlayStation Player Celebration. That's a thing. Play games and earn trophies to unlock shared community rewards, plus enter for a chance to take home the grand prize of an exclusive PlayStation kit that features a real life engraved platinum trophy. Real life platinum trophy. Ensure and please test that it is platinum so you don't get ripped by Sony. You have to register for the event, which can be done on the PlayStation website, but the event will start on February 24th. The community rewards are as followed. Goal 1 is 125,000 games played and 500,000 trophies earned. The prizes are an exclusive PS4 static theme and an exclusive PSN avatar. So that's kind of neat, get the community together. Goal 2 starts when goal 1 is completed. In case you didn't know how goals worked. 375,000 games played and 1.5 million trophies earned. And the prizes are 5 exclusive PSN avatar images. And goal 3 is 675,000 games played and 2.7 million trophies earned. The prize is an exclusive PS4 dynamic theme. I would have liked to see them give away a game or something. Yeah. It's about players playing games and we're giving themes.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess, what are they going to give away? I mean, is
something cheap? It doesn't need to be something crazy. Give me a game, though. Don't just give me, goal 3 is just a dynamic theme.
We'll give you a port of a mobile game that still costs $10 for no apparent reason. I mean, I don't know. At a certain point, I think I'd rather just have themes and avatar images too. I mean, I don't know. We'll give you a free game.
Goal
Everybody 4, who participates, you get Fortnite. There you go.
Everyone that participates, you get PlayStation Home. We're bringing it back, baby.
There you go. So Retro Studios has made some new hires. Retro Studios, the team developing Metroid Prime 4, just recently hired Mark Capers and James Beach. So Capers most recently worked as a designer at Playful, the devs of Super Lucky's Tale, and Beach worked as a designer on Crysis 3, DC Universe Online, and Eternal Darkness 2. Both are being hired as environmental designers at Retro, and obviously working on the upcoming Metroid game, which hopefully we'll hear something about at E3. Maybe not, probably not. Take your time. I just want a good game.
Probably just get like an update from somewhere.
Yeah,
I have hired great people, and they are working hard on Metroid.
They've been seriously hiring a lot of good talent, though, and it is kind of exciting to see, all of these bigger names and these guys that have worked on a lot of huge projects all come together. And I think there's a lot of potential in Metroid Prime 4, but it also at a certain point, I mean, the more and more that they add to this fire, this hype fire behind it, it also kind of puts the standards really high and could, hurt a lot of people's expectations. And I don't know. We'll see. But I'm pumped.
I think it'll be all right.
I think so.
They'll do a solid job on it with all that talent.
Yeah.
Long one here. This is our last story of the evening or day, morning, whenever you're listening to this.
This is like a normal size news article.
Here we go. We could have put this on a website if we owned one. Dreams might launch some creations as standalone games on the PlayStation Store. Media Molecule co-founder and creative director Mark Healy recently interviewed with VideoGamesChronicle.com. That's a plug. Take it. Talking about some of the exciting things.
Man.
Yeah, I know, because they interviewed him. Talking about some of the exciting things to come for Dreams. Currently, Sony and Media Molecule are looking for a way to allow creators within Dreams to monetize their creations and launch them into the PlayStation Store for other players to purchase. So we picked a few quotes from the interview. So the first quote is one of the obvious things I think, this is a slight update if you like, one of the obvious things that I think we should do as a no-brainer is handpick some of the content that's brilliant and go through the motions of taking it out as a standalone product and putting it on the PSN store. It would make a fantastic story, and seeing how the community was developed over such a short period of time. There's already stuff in there that's close to PSN worthy. I think so that at the very least will happen. I'm sure I'll make that happen. Then another quote, the ultimate aim is for people to be able to monetize their stuff somehow, but it's a delicate balance. It's not just about how do you get things past the lawyers. It's also about what is it you want to get past the lawyers in the first place. What's the model? It's a tricky one because you don't want to spoil that sense of people sharing and collaborating. You want to keep it friendly, and money can easily make things turn a different way, especially when you see the quality that's starting to come out of it as well. It's just an obvious thing. I mean, some people are already making money from it really just from their YouTube channels showing, look, watch me develop a game in 20 hours in time lapse. So, first of all, have you taken a good look on YouTube at a lot of stuff? Like in the first 4 hours, there was like a Bob's Burgers game up there.
I've been loosely following a little bit of it since it launched in the early access, the beta period there, kind of. Right. I haven't been keeping up on it much lately, but there's some incredible things that people make and stuff that it's almost hard to believe that they made it in Dreams. I mean, some of it, like even just some of the renderings that people have made of, I mean, they can make things that look realistic. It looks like an actual photograph, and some of the things that people are able to create is just incredible. But the only thing I guess I should probably let you finish your thought there. I gave you a long answer for either a yes or no.
It's going to be quick. I mean, mine was basically, do you think this is going to be like the next Minecraft?
So where I stand on this, I like kind of what he's going for here, but at the same time, I don't know if we really need more games launching onto the PlayStation Store or whatever it is. A lot of these stores are already pretty crowded with a lot of things coming out pretty frequently. And I feel like most of this is going to get lost unless you follow that creator themselves. So to me, I think it makes more sense to just keep it within Dreams, which I think it still would be, obviously. It's not like once it goes to the PlayStation Store, it leaves here. I mean, I guess actually it technically would if they want to monetize it. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense. But unless you're just trying to get it out to people that don't have Dreams, which is fine. But I just I don't see it being overly successful in that way. And I get what they're going for, but I think to me, I think that's kind of one of the exciting things about Dreams is that it is kind of this self-contained experience, and I don't know if I so much want to see it leak out in that way to where it's now you're flooding the PSN store with a bunch of different games and stuff, and not to knock on their quality or whatever, but it is also very much a different thing. I mean, a lot of them are kind of almost like tech demo type stuff in a way. And some of them
Yeah.
are fully fleshed out, but
Some
it
of them
is.
are ripped too. I mean, there's like Crash
Oh yeah,
Bandicoot stuff. There's a Minecraft one, like that's just ripe for legal dispute.
right. Yeah, and I think that would be the hard part. I the being able to monetize it is going to make it that much harder. I mean, if they were just putting it out for free on the PlayStation Store, I mean, that'd be kind of different. It'd be a little easier to pull because now, you know, at least you're not profiting off of someone making a Minecraft ripoff inside of your game.
Right.
But it is,
Seems like a
it's
lot of
walking
extra
a
work
tightrope.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it would be a lot of someone playing the game and basically QCing the game. And I mean, it would be like submitting a game again. It'd be someone has to QC it, someone has to ensure that it meets that. And then the secondary part of that is someone has to make sure that it meets legal requirements as well.
And it's
And
not like
then
you're gonna have a
how do you
team behind it doing bug tests and updating it and patching it and all of this stuff. It doesn't seem like a great idea to me. It just I don't I
perhaps
get
it would
it,
be
but I
okay
don't.
just treating it like the mod store in Steam and just here's
Yeah,
$1 for this. I mean, sure, maybe, but
that could be
I don't
one
know.
way around it. Yeah.
I don't see people paying like 25, $30 for a game on this. That's fleshed out. I
No,
mean,
I
mind
don't
you, there can be
either.
some fleshed out games, but like I don't know. It's just really odd to me. And the store right now, there's no way that I mean the PSN store they'd have to
It'd
rejig
have
it
to have
so
its
it
own
just
section
yeah,
almost.
yeah. And I
Which they
just
could do. I
don't
mean, Media Molecule is working, you know, directly hand in hand with Sony in a lot of ways. So they
yeah.
certainly could do that, but I mean, I don't know if I see Sony wanting to dedicate a portion of their store to that.
Sold a lot
Maybe
of copies.
this is true. I mean,
It keeps getting
it's done
talked
pretty
about.
well.
I mean, you can just gravitate it from being a standalone title to being just in your PS Now
Yeah.
section, and then just get people to buy in-game content from other creators and take a portion of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's difficult though, because I mean he says in the point too, when you put money into it, I mean people are gonna start getting greedy and people are gonna also start getting pissed off at Sony and be like, why does Sony get to take 20% of my or 15% of my games earnings? And it's like, dude, welcome to video games.
Yeah,
They
no
have a
kidding.
platform that allows you to sell in their box, dude.
Yeah.
So
And I'm sure Media Molecule would take a certain portion of it as well. And by the end of the day, I mean, you're probably not walking away with much. I mean, granted, it's more than if you didn't have that avenue into it, but
sure.
um I don't know. I think it has good intentions, but in theory, I don't think it or in practice, I don't think it works as well as it does in theory. So,
I think they will try it though.
oh, I'm sure. At least for a little bit.
Yeah, they're willing to try stuff like that. Cool. All right, guys, that'll do it for the show. For our Wednesday show / Tuesday, if you're watching the live version of this on YouTube. You can go to our Patreon and support us, become a patron over there, get access to private Discords, private content, and the all incredible, almighty that I've misplaced. Stickity diggities. Go on over to patreon.com/diggity podcast. Join over there, become a patron. Thank you so much. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram @Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Diggity Gaming or Diggity, Diggity. You can find me on Xbox One. My gamer tag is Maple Jeff.
And mine is Luscious Brody. You can also find me on PlayStation @Wolverine's Cousin.
Leave us a review on iTunes or the podcast platform that you listen to of your choice. It helps spread the word of Diggity across that platform. And thank you to all of those who have left a review so far.